Yo, to keep it real, whenever somebody says, I don't even usually be doing blank blank, you be doing it.
You do
You
it
be
all the
doing
time.
it.
You actually do it quite frequently.
Not like you're king it. Whatever the thing is, like
That's
you
your
live
trademark.
that you live in that you are the king of that. Whatever the fuck that is, that's what you do. You're now tuned in.
You're now tuned in.
You are now tuned in
You're now tuned in.
You are now tuned in
to the Juxtaposition Podcast. Welcome to episode 76 of the Juxtaposition Podcast, aka the Extraordinary Nobodies, aka the Five Heartbeats, aka the Starting Five, aka Four Hubbards in the Possible, aka the Positivity Podcast. I'm your host, Varsenio Hall. And we're here with the guys, man. Three-man weave, if I say so myself. Got CEO in the building.
I know what that is.
I hope so. Cleveland was a dude in the three-man weave that never got the layup. Like, he just kept passing. Like, hold on, when is
He
it?
do the
When is it
pull
my
up. He
turn?
stop at the pull up. He ain't even gonna pass it.
All elbow work.
Exactly.
We got Zoe here straight from practice. What's our record now?
We 2-0, and we got 2 games next week back to back because that one was a makeup.
Ooh, playoffs.
So,
That's not really playoffs.
Nah, but it's pretty much it's gonna feel like it. So, but we 2-0, and first game was overtime. Even though we technically won at the buzzer, but it's overtime win, and then this last one we just crushed them from the beginning.
What's the last name of the leading scorer on your team? It ain't Williams or Hendy?
It's tough. Nah.
We got
Amber's never
so
played my daughter's name.
so we got a ball hog.
Nah.
Then.
Nah. We do.
I don't like it.
It's it's a shared, I think, leading scorer because we got a guard who's a beast.
Okay.
Handling everything and fast rate, but then we got this taller kid who he like clean up, rebound, put back. So he be
Okay.
collecting.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So that's the
It's
kid that
fourth
Chris was
grade,
talking
so-
about. That's the kid Chris was talking about. Like he mad nice. When I was out there, it was like, yeah, this kid pretty good.
Yeah. That's the one with the handle. The one that
Yeah.
is just methodical, kind of like Tim Duncan, boring, but just will get you your points. Like
That's
Get
all
the
we
buckets
need.
though.
So Cleveland, how about you? How was your week?
My week was great, man. Returned back to work from a long vacation. I was gone for like 12 days and then came back to work. So you know how that goes.
You was going that long?
Yeah, because I took like 2 whole weeks and then 2 days from like another week. So
Okay.
it's like 12 work days. You know what I mean?
you ain't got no job, Tommy.
All I hear is wealth. All I hear is wealth.
Yeah, no. I just listen, I had to use up this vacation time, you know what I'm saying? Like about to, expecting. So I had to make sure I get my time in while I can, little baby moon, if you will. So it was cool, man. But this week has been great. So far, took the maternity photos today. That was a good time. So yeah,
Look
man.
out on the Jux page.
Well, yeah, we gotta post something. I'm not like a heavy poster, but I'll post something for sure.
You're gonna need to. I mean, you got the pictures for your coffee table for the kids' memories, but also like, yeah, look at my wife and my baby in there. What you talking
New
about?
Jux family, new addition to
Absolutely,
the Jux family.
absolutely. Yes, I'll
Right,
post something
Jux-
once we get the official joints.
Jux baby number 2 baby's a deuce already. That's crazy.
Yeah, I know.
Number 2
15
Jux
years
baby.
later. Yeah.
Oh no, she a double deuce. She a deuce because that's your second kid, but like also like Chloe's an ace, and then your
true,
baby
true.
girl is a deuce.
Oh man.
Getting her ready
Yeah,
for the
boy.
world already. My weekend was straight. Like it was a lot of relaxing. We went to the beach also on Saturday. I had this grand plan. Don't you love when you have plans and they just don't pan out? Ain't that the greatest?
Happens all the time.
Always.
Ain't that the best? I had this grand plan on driving from where I'm at in San Jose down to Santa Cruz, which we actually did to see the water. Tiff and I are happy places going next to the beach. It's just, especially out here in California, like you really can't beat it. And then we was going to drive up the coast to just catch more vibes and then go to her sister's birthday party. We got down to Santa Cruz, was having a great time. And then she was hungry, so we ate. Then we look up and it's like, damn, we can't even hit the coast. I was low-key tight. I was like, I was tight-lipped for like a half hour on the drive. Like,
I know that feeling.
yeah, I was definitely tight-lipped. Like,
I know the
turn
feeling.
the music up subtly, just to kind of clear the tension. And it was nobody's fault. It just was we was having a good time. But then yesterday, I told Cleveland this in the pre-show, though I got a personal trainer for the first time in life, and
Ah,
I've been a person that's always had. This is gonna sound crazy, but like, just bear with me. I've always had decent legs, right? Like, I never really had to work on my legs like that. Man, we did like 3 squat workouts. Fuck my whole day up today. I
God
tried
damn
to
well.
run 30 feet, bro. I felt like somebody shot me. I felt like Ricky. I felt like Ricky. It was crazy.
Felt like Ricky.
It's crazy.
I know
Yeah,
So
man.
yeah, we're going to get into it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That's going to be our schedule. I mean, I'm sorry, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But he had an engagement today, so he couldn't be there. I couldn't work out today. But I'm like, if this first couple weeks going to be brutal, bro. Like,
Yeah, you gotta get over the hump. Once you get over the hump, then it's like, all right,
I won't
you
be able
get
to do that
movement
either,
in.
nah, you'll be fine. The
man.
hump is like the first couple weeks, first 2 weeks. Then you're in rhythm.
Yeah, that's true. And he looked at me like I'm an athlete. Like, yo, that's what I used to be. Relax.
Yeah.
Like, relax. I'm
Things
still an
ain't the
athlete, but
same.
like, it ain't the same. And I got my big old jug of water that
Are you marking it off like
it
time?
has a little, it has the time on it. And it,
Oh,
and it
okay,
has
okay,
the,
okay.
what I really need is a bottle to curse at me, like, you bitch ass nigga, 8 o'clock. 9 o'clock, the fuck is you doing? 10 o'clock, you don't even make no dent in this. That's what I need. I should make that. Like the
Yeah.
cursing version,
A motivational one, right?
call that shit the
Yeah, that
band
joint
bottle,
sells.
bitch ass nigga bottle.
Tough
Trying
love.
to-
Very specific, very niche market.
Trying to, it is very East Coast black.
For sure.
You know how they say describe your customer? It's like, think Newark, New Jersey, Tim's, Omavi jeans,
Oh, my VG.
Tim's, Omavi jeans. What they call them in New York? Bartenders, the dudes that lift weights on, they only do bar work.
Yeah, out at the park.
The band bottle. This is for you. I gotta make this video. I gotta get this product on the market.
Let's do it.
You need the band bottle, but if they're white, can they still buy it?
That's what I was thinking.
can't-
That's
they
why I
just
said it
can't
was a
say
niche
nothing.
market. You would
They
be
can't
tight if you
speak
saw
on it.
somebody wait with that bottle walking around.
With the band bottle, like,
Yeah, talking to themselves like, "Oh, you a like what?"
Nah,
No, I know you
can
reading the
walk
bottle, but
around
still
with
don't say it.
Yeah. That's what it is. You tell me that when somebody asks you what that is.
Nah,
you
bro, he
just-
can't walk around with it. If you was at Starbucks, somebody just sat next to you, just dropped that joint down. Brock sat next to you, was like, "Bomb, my band bottle."
and then order they frap right after that. Like, you can't have a
Exactly.
band bottle and your
And
frap.
order
Like,
a frap. That don't match.
nah, it don't match. You know what? For that matter, I wonder what was the conversations between like YG and Rich Homie Quan with My Nigga Drop. My nigga. Imagine being at a festival and you know how they drop the music and it's like, my nigga. Then the next part is my motherfucking nigga. And then they turn the volume down and the whole crowd is like, my motherfucking nigga. And it's like 6 black people in there.
Yeah.
Dog,
Oh,
that-
I'd be
listen,
tight.
What's the name?
That-
What's the name? Talked about that on his album. Kendrick.
He did. Kendrick,
He talked about that
yeah.
on his album.
listen,
But go ahead,
we
Zo. Tell
experienced that.
the Wendy story.
Nah, I was gonna talk about at Ryder. Like, that's one of the reasons why I hate the song "Juicy" by Biggie
Yeah.
because
If you don't know, now
yeah,
you know.
now you know. Like, white people love that line, and they feel like, oh, this is my chance to say the shit.
Nah,
And
the
I just-
bro, the worst was when I was in a cover band and
Which I did.
everybody
Trinidad
wanted to
James.
hear Gold
Nigga.
Digger. No, they wanted to hear Gold Digger.
Oh.
So I ain't saying she a Gold Digger, but she ain't messing with no broke. Like, yo, y'all chill with that. Y'all chill with that. But it was a standard to see them saying it at the wedding.
It's N-word opportunity plus Bud Light equals fight, bro. Like, or tight
ain't
black
lying.
man. But Zo, I was talking
Yeah,
about the Wendy's story. Me and you was at Wendy's already at the time, and you had already did this test. You had already did the juicy test, so to speak. And we was in the car, and it was on Power 99, and you heard the other car playing it, and we turned the radio down, and he was like, "I want to see if they see nigga," and they was jamming. They were jamming. and
I
they didn't
remember
say it. They didn't say it, but I
They
was
muted
like,
themselves. Probably because they realized we was like,
They realized where they was at, and they
no.
realized who they saw.
There was no way they could see us. They were like a car, like a couple cars ahead on the
they
curve.
also was on Olden.
They were.
I was
Okay,
about
you're
to
right.
say, yeah. If
You're
it
right.
was
Fucked
at
up
that
on them.
joint,
Like,
Olden Ave, Trenton, New Jersey. Shout out to the Wendy's on Olden Ave. If you're listening to this, give the next person in line a free order of nuggets.
and
for the
make sure
culture.
that see if that old black dude was there after the dude who be there after 10 who be excited. Can I take your order?
Yo, we need
Like,
to have a
yo.
whole episode on him. He was going crazy. I didn't even know how to appreciate people like that back in the day. He's like, yo, why you so hype, man?
Yeah, like yeah, I
better
just
than
want
the
some nuggets.
alternative.
Exactly.
He was Chick-fil-A before Chick-fil-A for real.
He was making the best out of
Yeah.
that, yo. That's what he was doing. He was making the best out of that.
Yo, you got to, because I hate when I get the opposite. Like, before I finish my order and they keep asking me anything else.
Are you done?
Like,
Is
I
that
didn't
it?
even
Would that
finish.
be all? Would that be
Like,
all?
can I get a large fry? Anything else? Can I have a junior bacon? Anything else? Like, yo, chill. Like, I'm going to tell you when I'm done.
Did
Yeah,
I
I'm
do
not
a
gonna hold you.
pause? Like,
I'm not
Right.
gonna hold you. Yeah, the pause is the double dutch. Like I left space for you. Like I didn't give you space yet. Like
Exactly.
don't jump in. Like you can't squeeze in. Underrated part of this podcast is Cleveland's sassy girl voice. We need to have a compilation of all Cleveland sassy girl voices. Underrated
Yo,
part
get so
of the
mad.
pod.
That's the
My
drive.
wife be telling me all the time, like, she say when I mock her that I be sounding like that. She was like, you be making me sound like a ratchet girl. I'm like, no, I don't. Like, make my voice different.
Make my voice.
Yo, I definitely just
As he
did.
does it.
My bad, babe. You right. You right. If you can hear me, you right.
So let's keep score for Cleveland's wife. He lies about going to sleep when he don't be asleep. Strike
do.
one.
That is strike
He's-
one.
And he
He
mocks
said
her.
that he said that he don't give her the ratchet voice while giving her the ratchet voice. Strike two. Man, you only got one more strike, bro.
I know.
Mocked her too.
Nah, I need you to cook her dinner just for the coach. Just
I do that all the time.
Nah, put a little
So makes up
parsley
for
on it. Everything is better when you put parsley on it.
Some garnish.
That's all.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you mean. You can get the dried parsley inside a little shaker too. Just
Yep.
make everything
No, you-
look better.
You got to go home. You got to go grab the parsley. You can't use the one that you already got because she's going to know it. And
I've been
especially
making
because
her-
she's pregnant, her sense of smell is on point. She's like, this might the cupboard. And you like,
Yeah, she would
damn.
know.
Cupboard.
She would know when she wasn't pregnant. She got a super nose. But my joints I've been making her lately is virgin mojitos.
Ooh,
Like I got the mint with the sugar. You know what I mean?
going
Wait,
crazy.
That look like
Let me-
something else, but okay.
I was about to say, let me clarify what I be doing with the mint and the sugar.
I don't know what y'all talking about.
Let me clarify what I do with that mint and sugar. I
Yeah,
mash it with
okay.
the little masher John in the cup,
Masher
so
John.
all the fragrances come out of the mint. You know what I'm saying?
You mashing is how you got a baby on the way. That's how you got here.
Hey, hello.
Who said they don't work? Hallelujah.
Exactly.
I need everybody to watch the video of this podcast just so they can see the emotion that Cleveland just did.
The mash emotion.
Yeah.
Nah, man. But yo, it's mad good though. With little seltzer, little lime.
Yo, seltzer's underrated. I'm gonna tell you why. I had a gin and tonic this weekend. Right now, I'm gonna give you some
Can't do
context.
gin.
I didn't think I could either. Okay, let me give some context. Me and Tiff during the pandemic became fans of Pellegrino, right? Was never Pellegrino fans. Right before the pandemic, we went to like Morton's Steakhouse and they serve you Pellegrino instead of the regular water. I'm like, all right, this is dope. I love limes. Put lime in the Pellegrino, bro, changed my life. So then I was at my boy's crib this weekend and this girl was like, you want a gin and tonic? And I was like, you know, get that Sex and the City shit out of my face. Want no fucking gin and tonic. And then my boy was like, no, just try it. Nigga, that shit is like spiked Pellegrino with lime in it. I was floored. It was amazing.
I had my first gin and tonic at the Hendy's house. Shout out to my sis Adrian. She made, and I never had gin at all, I had never at about 35 never had gin in my life.
Same.
As much as we've drank, so it was no point. So she's like, "Nah, trust me, I got you. I like it." But I will say Pellegrino with just lime is like when the soda machine at McDonald's run out of the sugar.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but like I like it. I haven't had. I mean, I had soda not too long ago, but like I haven't had soda 2 days in a row in years, right? So Pellegrino gives you the like. Not that I miss soda at all, but it kind of gives you like that satisfaction that soda used to. Whereas like this is a cool drink that I can have that is not soda, right? Now Pellegrino has its own sodium thing, so I don't drink that all the time either. But gin and tonic, add it to the list. Maybe I'll make it. Maybe I'll mash it like like Cleveland be doing.
Throw some mint in there,
Mash up.
bro. You'll love it.
Well, you said throw
Mash
some
up.
what?
Some mint, MINT.
He
What
told
you
you
think I
I
said?
think you said
throw some man in it.
it.
Oh,
Nah, I was like, yo,
throw
bro.
some meat. Like yeah, the maternity photos got him on tilt.
So I don't know what's on Zoe by tonight, man.
Yeah, that was your roommate for mad years. I just want you to
Son,
remember that.
It's not my mind, bro. You did.
that motion was out of pocket. That's why I had to
Thank
correct
you.
it
All
before
right,
you
thank
said
you.
And that little
Before you
Olive
said
Garden, little Olive
Olive
Garden
Garden?
pepper.
Yeah. The pepper or the cheese, like,
Yo,
Grilled cheese.
I need to put a video. I mean, a picture right here when we was in Mexico. I think I sent it to y'all. Maybe I put it in on Facebook or Instagram. Yo, a dude brought a pepper shaker, probably like half my size. It was twisting it in front of Tiff. Like, yo, my man, back up. Like, what you doing? Like, it's literally was like 5 feet long. Like, this shit was mad big. Like, yo, bro, relax.
that's
Relax.
crazy.
That's extra.
Back
That's
up.
crazy.
Yo,
Back
fellas. In other words, if Shorty give you that, that's gonna be the new phrase. Yo.
The Olive
Olive
Garden.
Garden?
The OG. She gave you the OG? You ain't leaving.
Nope.
I got work. No, you don't. You don't got work no more.
Locked in.
Oh man, so let's transition and talk about liars. Hard left, hard left. So at work this week, I had somebody that continued to. Let me back up. Have you ever had a person that continues to just ask the same question over and over and over again?
Yeah,
right?
buddy.
So in the professional sense, it was like I have to answer this question, but like I'm trying to teach you to do the same thing, so you don't have to ask me again. But this week was just it was just like I already taught you. Why are you asking me the same question? And then he's like, I forgot. Like, stop forgetting and fucking get this shit
Write it
together.
down.
Like, I don't understand. It's frustrating, and even in real life, it's frustrating when people do that. And I never really understood why people don't take heed when you say things the first time.
Yeah, man. Mad. I think we all have friends who do that, bro. Like, we all have friends who, no matter how many times you give them advice, it's like shoop shoop. It's like they're
Yeah.
asking for the advice just for the sake of the conversation, not for the sake of actually planning on using the advice.
Like, why are we doing this again? We had
Exactly.
the same conversation 3 months ago, and here you are in the same situation you are. Now you got to ask yourself, is it you're ignoring me? Is it you talking to hear yourself talk? Or are you just making poor decisions over and over again?
Or a different situation that looks exactly the same. So like different people, different
But like,
timing,
yo,
different
bro, you don't
everything.
remember this? Like you went
It's
down
the
this road
same thing. It was Bobby last time, it's Ricky this time, but they the same person, bro. Like
And then it's gonna be Mike.
it's still gonna be Mike and Ralph.
Yeah, Ralph is smooth though. I can see how Ralph got her. But yeah, like it's a continuous cycle of frustration, right? And it makes you wonder, like, why do you even give advice to the same person over and over again? And you look yourself in the mirror, like, why, why am I doing this? Is it me, or like, why? And also, why do they keep coming to me for this answer? You like, you don't have no more resources. Like, am I your only resource?
That's that. Is it me or is it a conspiracy? like what is going on? Like you troll at this point. I think you're trolling me. Like you playing with me on purpose. That's why.
You know what I think it is though? I honestly think it's venting. I don't really think that people who consistently
They don't
come
want
to
a
you for
response.
advice on the same thing, they don't want a response. They want to vent. And even though you don't agree with them and you've shown them that you've stopped agreeing with their ways a long time ago, it's still an ear to listen to a situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think
But
they
whose
really want the
fault-
advice.
Yeah, so when I became serious about relationships, I had to learn the difference between venting and solution driven conversations. And I've probably been locked into giving solutions since since that point, which is probably like 10, 15 years ago. But some people just right. Some people just want to vent. But like, why me? What do I look like for you to continuously talk to me about the same thing over and over again? But then I'm like, what do I
Bro,
look like answering the phone?
insane in the membrane. Like my wife constantly tells me like, yeah, she don't even know. I could be strangers could do it. Yeah, I'll be in the supermarket and they just start telling me their life story, and I'm like, yo, I got a sign like, yo, this is Dr. Phil. I don't understand it. I take it as a compliment that they trusted me with the information, or that they feel so comfortable to just shoot out information that I probably didn't need to know. But then when I do get to know you, it's like, all right, we covered this already. Like,
I mean, if we keeping it real, we could actually like, provide pseudonym examples of people who have done this to us time and time again. The thing that happened to me, and I know it happened to Zoe, I'll let Cleveland speak for himself, is female friends that ask about relationships over and over again, probably because they see you as someone who may have been successful in relationships. But guess what my success has done for me? Taught me lessons. Guess what my success has done for you? Nothing, because you keep making the same fucking mistake
Keep
over
doing the
and
same
over
thing
again.
over and over again, bro. And it's what happens is you give them good advice, but then they go to somebody who gives them bad advice, but it's the advice that they want to hear. So
Oh,
they adhere to the bad advice because it's more in line with what they was thinking. Like, I tried this person, he gave me this answer. Yeah, I
I
mean,
don't like it.
but I don't like the answer. I was
So
thinking
is
I
it?
should do it this way, and Keisha told me to do it this way. So yeah, I'm gonna rock with Keisha. But Keisha, she in the same position as you.
Keisha in quicksand too. Y'all both stuck
She's
in
in
quicksand.
quicksand.
That's it.
I was
So
about to go into a Keisha voice, but y'all made me self conscious about about
I was
voices.
waiting
I don't
for
want
it.
to
Go
offend
ahead.
anybody.
and Keisha better not sound like your wife either.
No, Keisha doesn't sound like my wife, but according to my wife, Keisha does sound like my wife. But I got to get that together now.
And you
I
a
got to have a
music
different
man
wife
too.
voice.
You know octaves and like different
Definitely.
levels, and you just be sounding the same each time.
Every time, bro. I don't know how that happens. Once I said it, I was like, yeah, man,
I just did
she
that.
right. I just did it.
But a real life example of that, we'll get back to the relationship piece in a second, is I told y'all when I was getting braces, I was soliciting advice from people because I did not want to have to go the route that I'm going now. So I asked about 3 people, and then I went to the ortho that I actually went with, and he was like, sure, anybody can move your teeth, but is that going to solve your problem? And I was like, man, I'll be there on Monday. Like, I had to
Damn.
go around to hear what I wanted to hear, and I was like, bet. Told y'all niggas I would get the answer that I want. And then he read me my rights. He was like, but is that going to solve your problem? And I was like,
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah,
But I had to
I
bite
know
that bullet. So what is it about the people who we may interface with that take the easy way out and don't take our advice?
They're habitual like line steppers. They're repeat offenders. They're what we like to call an askhole, boys and girls. An askhole, where they ask you something over and over, but on purpose do the complete opposite of the answer that you gave, but ask
So
just to waste your time.
so when they're being an asshole, right? Do they affirm you when you're talking? Like you right? Like they be giving you like this, yeah, so
Yeah,
you
they make you
right.
feel like oh damn, I should do that, and oh you think so? Like, and you're like, yeah, bro, look how it worked for me. And they're like, damn, that did. Like they reassuring you like you really, and then they like, oh, it's like this. If you really want to get here, yo, make a right and then a left. And then they go, all right, so that's the way I get there, right? You're like, yeah, trust me. As soon as they walk out the door, they go left. Don't even fucking look. And you like, well, like, I don't understand. Like, why did you
And then
just
we
do that?
then we back to Ronnie and Bobby. Like we just told you, don't go that way,
They-
and here you go again.
They're comfortable going left. That's their mentality. I'm comfortable going left, so I'm gonna go left even though Zoe just told me I gotta go right. I'm gonna start off going left because I'm used to going left. That's another thing I think that people who consistently ask you for advice and don't use it, if that advice means that they have to go out of their comfort zone for a period of time, most people don't like that. Because think about it, like for me, like, and everybody's advice is different, but I do think that there are mistakes that people fall into, and if you fell into those same mistakes and you say this is how I overcame it, like, yeah, maybe you can overcome it in a different way, but I'm telling you that this worked, right? So for me, I kept making the same mistakes in relationships. I went on a little hiatus, and I know everybody don't agree with that approach, or it doesn't work for everybody. But if you keep asking me, and that's what I keep telling you work for me, that's all I got.
Yeah,
like
that's it.
I can't tell you how it was going to work without a hiatus, because to me it didn't work without going on a hiatus and getting to know myself and all of that stuff.
And here go Keisha. So you just stop fucking? You just stop?
Yeah,
You stop.
that. I mean, but that worked for you. But you know, you go to church and stuff, like so, like that don't work
No.
for me.
I ain't gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you, Cleveland. That is the Cleveland default. I mean, Cleveland man churchy. So like, you know, him and God man cool. Him and God man cool.
People be saying that. Yo, I'm the same as everybody else, bro. Like I feel what everybody else feels. It's no different. I just make a decision to try to do things differently sometimes. But that's what you get. It's like, well, no, that ain't gonna work for me. How you know? You haven't even tried it yet. I said go right, you went left.
They solicit your advice, right, for your sound advice, and then they remember, damn, well, here's some variables about Cleveland that I don't identify with, so it won't work for me. And then they're just like,
that's a good point.
You know what I mean? All of a sudden, I'm
exactly
unqualified. All of a sudden, I'm unqualified.
Because I do that with working out when it comes to y'all. I'm like, that's my excuse. I'm like, all of y'all are athletes. So like y'all getting started working out is different from me getting started working out. Y'all getting in shape is different from me. That's the way I look at it, at least.
I know.
I'm like, they play basketball, football, all of this stuff. I'm like, bro,
yeah,
I was never
really
an athlete like that.
I don't want to hear from Zoe talk about day one. Day one for you was 14 years old. So we not the same. We're not the same. And then Zoe put clips in the chat about me and Spice Adams being the same. Like, what you saying, bro? What you? Spice Adams had a nice outfit on when he was playing basketball. It's like, are you calling me the nice outfit or you calling me fat? I don't know which one.
It was the extra with the. That's what I'm like. Yo, this bar when you get old, he just gonna be like, I used to be. You know what I mean? Like,
nah, that shit was mad smooth. I do remember one time we was in the gym in the league that was down the street from my old house. If you're might not give a fuck about this, but the point of it is so disrespectful. So remember that league we played with Kyle and the other boy, right? Your man, Eric. There was this one dude that was like on the old head league that used to play before us. And it was this one old head with the George Jefferson dark skinned dude. He was lighting shit up. The only thing is he had like a Trick Daddy belly. That's gonna be Var when he get older. Like, bro, I can't be in more shape.
Yo, he was pulling from. I'm like, yo, Var, that's you. Yo, he had no hesitation. He was just pulling. So I was like, yo, this is.
And he was making it, and I was like, I like everything except for the fact that his arm is man skinny, but his belly is big as shit. Hit the fucking Trick Daddy.
The dad from King of the Hill and shit.
You're a fat guy with skinny limbs, as Zoe would put it.
Yeah, pretty much. But look, so back to where we was at, right? So,
FSSL.
Yo, but when they ask stuff, I've gotten to the point where if I realize in the middle of them asking me, and I realize, yo, I've had this, and it ain't even deja vu, because you know at first you be like, yo, I felt like this happened already, but like no, this actually did happen. Mm-hmm. I just start to yes them to death, like hit them with a P Diddy, like yeah. Right?
Yeah.
And then they get mad when I'm not like giving them the feedback that I probably did prior, and then they're like, "So you just not gonna say that?" And I'm like, "For what? Like what?
Yeah,
what would you like me to say?"
Or go through my other list of hits that I've given you in the past 2 years, and you pick one. I've given you multiple solutions. How about you choose one that best suits you today? Cause
I got at least 2 people that make me so mad because all I wanted them was to try the shit out. Just try what I set out and see where it would have taken you. And like I felt like it would have worked. In my deepest felt like, yo, this shit is gonna work if you just listen to me.
You gotta put a caveat to that though. It's like try it out for this many times or for this long, because people will try it once and be like, nope, didn't work. Like I tried, I was by myself. I was by myself for 2 days. I ain't called nobody. I ain't text nobody. Like that's not a hiatus. Like
give your throat a rest. You'll be all right. You'll be fine.
I'm telling you.
But all right, here's a question for y'all. Okay. So how about we do this, right? Let's describe Keisha. I'm gonna let y'all two describe Keisha because Keisha is a person who doesn't take your advice. Give me some characteristics about Keisha, and then I have a question for y'all about Keisha.
I got one. Always has a response for the advice that they just asked you for to counter what you just gave them. Like I
Bet.
literally had this happen where someone asked me something and I was like, well, this, and this. And I'm gonna say the phrase that my mom always say. If you keep doing what you're doing, you're gonna keep getting what you got. How's it working out? Like what the hell you
Bars.
asking? Like you asking me because I'm here at this place where you would like to get, and I'm telling you how to get there. You're gonna tell me all these things are how it's not achievable, but I'm here.
Right. Like I've already made it. How about all right, Cleveland? Back to you. Describe Keisha. Give me a Keisha characteristic.
Keisha is right back in the same situation before the end of the conversation. Like Keisha, you give her advice, and then at the end of the advice, she's back to texting Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike. Even though
Okay.
you just said don't text Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike.
All right. So give me another. Give me another one. What else? What else does Keisha have?
A boatload of excuses.
Excuses. Bet.
Excuses.
And Cleveland, round it out for me. Give me one more thing about Keisha.
One more thing about Keisha. You're not the only opinion or advice she's going to ask for. She's going to search for advice that sounds more like what she's already thinking. And it can be Jamal too. We not just talking about Keisha.
Right. Right.
It could be
or
Jamal.
Ben,
It could be Jamal
or Ben or Julie.
or Brock
Brock.
or Tanner.
Tanner. My firstborn son name will be Tanner. All right, boom. So we got Keisha, right? So how many times did Keisha come to you with relationship questions and triumphs and says, this person is the one?
Oh, too many times.
I
Two-
haven't
two-
had a Keisha do that, but I've had a guy friend do that.
Okay, boom. I want
You
to
had
hear
a Jamal.
both.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. Let's paint. Okay, we had a Keisha and let's de-ghettoize these. Let's say
Keisha's not ghetto though.
it's not. I only like
It's
the
a
word use the
standard.
word ghetto. Let's say you said Brock.
Pam?
Brock is the man. Brock,
Pam?
no, Pam is
Stacey?
black as fuck too. Stacy, I don't know if you black
Jamie.
Stacy's.
Jamie.
No, because
I'm
Jamie
helping
is
you out here.
How about
said
they're both
Julie.
Dana?
Jessica,
Dana.
Jessica.
no
Male Dana and
Jessica.
female
No,
Dana.
no, we know
Jessica.
we don't. No, we can't do Jessica because we know what
Oh
Jessica.
shit, my fault, my bad.
Julie and Brock. Let's go with
All right,
Julie
all right,
and Brock.
Julie and
all right,
Brock.
so
All right.
Julie and Brock. All right, boom. Cleveland, tell me about Julie.
I forgot what we were saying when
my
the name
God.
started kicking in.
He
Wait,
was still brainstorming names.
You know,
Like,
the
wait,
reason.
I had a different one.
Nah. What happened was he don't got no voice for Julie, so he's stuck on the Keisha voice. How you going? What you going to do for the Julie voice? Wait,
He racist.
like if you like out, I'm going crazy.
I mean, I was like,
what was I about to say about Keisha?
We're talking about Keisha. I mean, I'm saying my fault. Damn. Julie saying that she's the one, right? Zoe has
yeah.
a Brock that always says, "Nah, she the one," and you have
Listen,
a
though,
Julie that says,
I'll
"Nah,
start
he's
off
the
by-
one."
You got it, Cleveland? You get
No, I got it. Yeah. I have a Julie. Y'all making me laugh. I have a Julie. Literally, like meet somebody new and it's hot. Like it's hot right away. This person is the one. We share all the same interests. We laugh at the same jokes. We both like Martin and we like to go roller skating and we both like fried chicken. And whatever else, you know what I mean, that's common,
Mad-
but they make
mad
it seem like
general
it's mad general things that make it seem like it's so special. We both got
Girl,
cars.
I'm about to say, girl,
We
he
got
drive. Girl, he drive just like me.
He
only
wears
put
shoes
one
just
hand
like
on the
me.
wheel. He only put
Like-
one hand on the wheel.
What's the crib? No, let me stop. Probably name something that somebody said and they know what I'm saying. But nah, like literally, like this is the one because of whatever generalized thing that they make really specific, and it always starts off really hot, and then it gets cold just as fast. Couple weeks later, like Julie, what happened to Ben? Ben was a jerk. Ben didn't do this.
Oh.
Ben didn't do that. But
Oh.
I thought Ben was the one. Like.
What
Okay.
happened to
And
fried
then
chicken and Martin? What happened?
What happened to fried chicken and Martin? Y'all both got cars. How could this not work?
One
You
hand
know?
on the wheel. Remember? One hand.
So yeah, I definitely have a Julie with that kind of behavior.
So I'll tell you about what did we say? Brock? I
Brock.
was about to say Chad.
Brock.
I don't know what I was about to say Chad. But anyway,
Chad is definitely Brock's cousin. You know, well, never mind.
Yeah.
White people don't have cousins. They have, I don't know, family members.
family members, relatives.
Relatives, my bad.
So look, I have a friend that's a Brock, and the part about the this is the one is not the fact that he says it regularly. It's the fact that he hits me with the line before it, like, yo, no, the line after is like, yo, this the one. And you know I don't even be saying that. Like, nigga, you just said that.
I know
Actually-
exactly who you talk about now. Now I know
Actually,
Brock.
you do. Actually, you
Yeah.
do be saying that all the
My man,
time.
I'm gonna start recording you because you're killing me. Yo.
Yo, to keep it real, whenever somebody says, you know, I don't even usually be doing blank blank, you be doing it.
You do it all the
be doing
time.
it.
You actually do it quite frequently.
Not like you're king it. Whatever the thing is, like you
That's
you
your
live
trademark.
That's you live in that. You are the king of that. Whatever the fuck that is, that's what you do.
Yo, it's crazy. It's nuts. Like that's what really throws me off. And when I hear that phrase, like, and you know, I don't even be saying that about the girl. I'm like,
And that's also the thing. But then for you, Zoe, I think I'm more intimately. I know this scenario a little bit more. You keep answering the phone, and
I
you
do.
or is it that you get caught in the web of like other updates, and then it kind of gets brought
that's what
up.
happens. Like it'd be some,
Alright.
or like, oh, I ain't talked to the person in a minute, but then I should have thought about like if I pick this up, like where, like is this gonna be a repeat of the last episode? And usually it is with a completely different person.
I know who Brock is. I mean, and Brock be posting them up as well.
Oh no,
Brock
for
don't
sure.
Like
This ain't in the shadows.
they're fully subscribed to the fact that this is the one. They're fully subscribed to it. Put it on Forever My
100%.
Lady with their little slideshows on Instagram.
Not the Forever My Lady. If you put
And then-
Forever My on your
And then when
reel,
it
you
ends,
a
there's
nasty
no
man.
signs. Exactly. Then there is no signs of this
just
person
vanish.
after they just vanished. They not a part of the Instagram page no more. Not even part of the memories. It's just gone.
Or like when you see them in person, like, yo, what happened to like? Shh. That's my last one. That's my last one.
Yeah, you
They
gotta,
look the
like,
same. I thought it was
You can't just talk and yo, don't be me. Like, you know, you gotta tell me before you put me on speaker because I'm gonna ask about that.
Nah, I can't. I'm not cool with being a hypocrite. So let me speak my piece for a second. I have been the person that has brought multiple people around, and then when I seen somebody that I didn't see in a while, I had to make the disclaimer up front. So I went to the Joe Budden podcast show when Rory was still on the show. They had a live show, and Rory had met my ex. So when I brought Tiff. Now I didn't take my ex to the show. He met her in Jersey, but when I came to the show, I was like, Rory, I want you to meet my girl, and then I had to give him the look in his eye like, she not the last one. It was like, I'm glad you gave me that disclaimer because you know what I mean? I was like, but I made that very apparent, like, because all you need somebody to do is, oh, it's so good to see you again.
That's me. I do that dumb shit.
Yeah, then you want to hear it on the way. Oh, so you got to type. So you got to type, I guess.
Nah, Tiff the type to let me roast. She'll bring it up 1.5 days later. Like the car ride would be smooth, and then she'd be like, "So tell me about." I don't even remember.
Yeah,
But
when I met him,
yeah, that's the like, yeah, you maybe he was tripping. He might have been drunk. It might, you know what I mean? They had a show. They had a lot going on. It was a lot. So yeah, I never wanted to be that guy where you bring them around enough, and they're like, "Yo, another one." I never want to be Uncle Another One. That was my fear.
Oh, yeah. Everybody got those, at least one of those uncles where it's just like somebody new every time they pop up.
I feel like that was me for a little while. I ain't like it. Like, can I
Yeah,
meet you?
it
It
No.
was. Yeah, it was you.
That's crazy.
Definitely.
That the confirmation simultaneously was
It was
crazy.
definitely you.
that was hilarious.
Oh, sorry.
No, I don't like that. But now I'm engaged, and this is gonna be the one. No, this is the one for real, y'all. No,
Are you
this
sure?
one.
And you don't even be saying that, so
Yeah.
Yo, what if that was me the whole time? What if this whole describing
he
me?
had somebody else in mind. After the show, he gonna be like, "Yo, you know I was talking about you."
Boy, I really think this-
Like, do you accept it or do you play it off? Yeah, I knew you was talking
Nah.
about me.
I'm like, nah, I thought you was talking about so and so.
That's
That would have been
hilarious.
crazy in front of my child, like, in front of my face, shit in front of my face.
Yo, but
That's
look,
crazy.
not it's funny you said it, but yo, I just get frustrated with people. Like, I got so mad when people asking me questions about certain stuff, and then like I even had a conversation with somebody else who's like an interracial dater, and they're not like us. And I'm trying to explain to them. I'm like, listen, we're not monolithic. I can't speak for all.
Right,
However, we do have some type of similarities in certain things in certain areas. I can have a conversation with a random stranger that's black. I mean that I could assume that we could agree on certain foundational
right,
rules
right.
of dating, and then like a lot of times they be saying this deal breakers for certain things. And I'm like, yo, that's cool, but you saying it on the first day is I'm out of here. Like you gotta know
Yeah,
when to let that. Like don't be like, listen. All they brought was the water to the table, and you already tell me what religion and kids and everything. I'm like, wait, time out, bro. Like I don't even remember your last name.
What you
Like
don't tolerate. What you don't tolerate. That's the biggest, like, was the biggest thing when I was saying I don't tolerate this. If you don't text me back by this time, then I know you playing. Blah 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 blah. I'm like,
I don't know
okay,
you. Playing.
all right. This is the last time we gonna talk because I got too
you
much
want to.
stuff going on to be texting you back all fast.
So Zoe, you have a story that I think is actually hilarious about how when your mom used to see other kids misbehaving, then she would
Ah,
number one appreciate you, but she's like, you better not do that shit, right? Like that's I told Tiff the other day, like, you know how easy I made your life? That's one of these things that I pursued you. I didn't play games. I made it easy and I did it on your time. And she's
listen.
like, yeah, you did. Why I gotta bring that up to you? Why didn't you think about that in your sleep? Why didn't you dream about that? Why I
In your
gotta tell you
sleep.
this?
Don't you dream about it?
Why don't you wear that on a t-shirt? And I
Listen,
told
I
her,
am king. Yo, you don't appreciate shit.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I can't wait till we have this wedding and I get this house. You're not gonna be able to tell me shit. Not a thing. Nothing.
That's what
I ain't
I
taking
thought.
trash out for 6 months. I know I'm gonna be taking the motherfucking trash out. I mean,
Every every
it's
day.
like a part. It's like a part of the job, but it's also like a little bit of you want to beat your chest a little bit to make sure that like yeah, like I did that, but also you want your wife or your fiance to be like yeah he did that. You want the you want
That's
you
the
want the
part. Like, even though it's expected, like a little bit of recognition here, because like for when you do a little bit more than you doing the most. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or like, I would say a little recognition for me is not like you gotta say, oh, he did that, whatever. It's like if you see me cutting the grass and it's 90 degrees, just a little water would help. Thank you very much. That's my recognition. Like, oh, can I get you something to drink?
nah. Zobi wanting the motherfucking the opposite of bottom. That's what he be wanting. Like nah, when I
I
come in the
mean,
house, when I come in
I
the house,
mean,
I don't care what I'm doing. With the kids not around, get to it. Get to it.
I'm
In
saying,
the,
yo,
in the mezzanine, on the couch, on the stairs, in
my
front of the brand new TV.
expectations,
Nah, that's.
expectations.
I mean, I
Nah,
feel
man.
like all
Even if the
men be
kid's not around, they smell it. They know when something about to go down, and they do everything to prevent it from happening.
they be playing they be playing Zone
You've been
D.
sleep. You've been on TikTok all this time.
Yo,
You've
this
been
cereal,
sleep. Now
cereal,
all of a sudden you
wow.
hungry. All of a sudden you need something to
Yep.
drink. All of a sudden I'm
I
like,
can't
oh man.
sleep. It's
So y'all can't
dark.
tell me intuition ain't real because I've heard this from many people that kids just be like they inherently have a cock block intuition,
Yeah.
sixth sense.
No,
Oh yeah, they know for
they don't.
sure.
They don't want you anywhere near what they came out of at all. Don't go near it. That's, that's my former residence. Do not touch.
Former. Anyway, we definitely took a side for her.
I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, for sure.
that's I mean, I just want you to get your just due. You know what I mean? You cut the grass and I did further. I think you should,
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
But getting back to what we were talking about, both Brock and Julie, is there a bit of unrealistic expectations that exist in those scenarios, or you think they're just clueless?
It's definitely unrealistic expectation that plays a part in it. I'm not saying it's the whole thing, but I think they have an expectation for what a healthy relationship is, and if they use you as like
Oh
the
God,
rubric
that's
for what a healthy relationship is, they see elements of that in somebody else, so they figure this must be it. Because Var and Tiff laugh about Martin all the time, and Zoe and the ladies both got cars and they seem happy. So this must
And
be the
Cleveland and
thing.
Rashonda like fried chicken. I just thought you were in there just cause.
Exactly. No, I appreciate it. So like they figure because there's elements of that exist with somebody they just encountered, then it must be it. Not knowing that there's so many more layers to a healthy relationship than
Something
that.
something my sister just said to me today was people see the flower but don't see the roots. And it's
Mm-hmm.
often the roots whereas the everything's made, right? Like it's the thing that's holding it together, but it's
Yeah.
not something that's evident. You really can't see it on the surface. And that's
Yeah.
the stuff that makes in relationship senses is like how you got together is how you're going to keep your person.
Yeah.
You had to remember how to date, how to have conversations, how to de-escalate, how to make sure that y'all on the same page. Like all these things that are not going to be on Instagram are the things that make it so that y'all are together. Even though you think you and that person is together because y'all like Martin, y'all actually like a specific episode. You know, you like Dragonfly Jones. That's why y'all bonded, right? Like it ain't the fact that y'all like cars. It's the fact that y'all both love BMW Series 5, like a 5 Series, right? It's like the specifics in the thing, but all people see is the outside. They don't see the roots. All they
Mm-hmm.
see is the flower.
That's the truth.
I agree with that. I mean, I also think that the expectation is messed up because they don't anticipate or expect to compromise. Like they think it's all their way or the highway.
Mm-hmm.
So I was trying to think of the best way to say that. It's like, yeah, because it's always a me, I. But I'm like, yo, you do know you trying to be in a relationship with somebody else, right? So they're coming with their whole their things, and it ain't all or nothing, or it is nothing, and you gonna be by your damn self.
Yeah, that's also something that like people that I speak to who have so what I try to convey to people who have unrealistic expectations, I like to be a mirror and just ask them the same stupid questions based on things they've already done or the things that they're asking. So if you're saying, nah, like for instance, this is a low hanging fruit. This might not be everybody's scenario, but because I used to be broke, I can use this example. You can't require your guy to have a car if you don't have one. You can't require your guy to make 6 figures if you don't. You can't require your guy to be a homeowner if you're not. So, you know, when people are describing the things that they want, I'm like, damn, how much your house cost? They're like, I mean, I'm working on it. It's
Yeah,
like, yeah, so is
I agree
he.
with that. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because it's
No,
like you're not
absolutely.
giving up. You're not lowering your standards. It's not like, hey, all right, I got a house, so I need you to have a house. That would make sense. Like I'm not gonna
Right.
go backwards, but you ain't got
Mm-hmm.
nothing. So like,
And
do
everybody,
it
it
together.
can, it's okay that you can work on it, but I think it's more or less the unreal expectations for that person to have something that you don't you're not required. You don't have, right? And may not even be
Mm-hmm.
required to have because some
Yeah.
women can just want to do to have a car because they don't like driving. And that's cool, but like but what's on your table that he will require?
And with Brock, I even ask the guy the same thing. It's like, yo, you want this, you want that, you want that. So what the hell do they need you for? If they got it already, like where do you fit in, bro? You don't even fit in the equation that you just created.
That's a good point because that's where I was going to slide into with the complementary aspect of healthy relationships. I think a lot of times people always focus on the similarities. They know the similarities that you and your spouse share, and they're like, okay, well, if I have these similarities with someone else, then that's what's going to make it. But it's really like the more complementary stuff that makes the couple jive together. Like I'm more passive, Rashawn more aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm more like, all right, well, maybe we should take our time and think about it. And she like is more in the moment. And those balances that we have is what builds that solid relationship. So it's like if you're basing it upon the highlights, then you missing out on the to your point, the roots, which are causing things to be sturdy and causing things to grow.
Yeah, it's like that, and I think that not to bash people who, well, you know what? Nah, if you find yourself being in the profile of Brock or Julie, get it the fuck together. I was gonna give them some bail, but nah, I'm not giving y'all niggas no bail. Get it the fuck together, man, because you can't continue to ask the same question over and over again and expect that same person gonna be there for you. And it ain't just relationship shit. We just been hitting on more relationship topics, but it's the fact that you know I remember I made a video maybe like last year, I was just like, I hate when people ask Googleable ass questions. The fuck are you doing? Look this shit up yourself.
Yo, you know my
Like,
phrase. Don't be a dumb nigga with a smartphone.
no, it doesn't make sense. It does not make sense.
I would tell you this,
Um,
Bardo, to add what you said. My frustration comes besides the whole Brock, and it's not even the repetitiveness of it. Sometimes I just be in for entertainment, but I would say this one question was asked to me by a very sweet individual, but
okay.
the answer that I gave and then their responses got me a little frustrated, even when I'm joking, because sometimes people don't know whether I'm joking. If you ask me, do you have any single friends? And I really
Mm,
don't, right? But I can't answer just yes. I ask questions like, okay, well, what are you looking for? Because I have friends
right,
of all type of, all calibers, so I need to
right,
know what are you looking for. Give me a description, tall, short, whatever, whatever. Do they need it? Like you said, those lists of requests, right?
right.
So if you ask me, do I have such and such? I tell you maybe, but here's the question, and I'm telling you that ain't the people I got.
Mm.
Oh, I got all varieties, and everything you listed ain't none of them with that shit. You know what I'm saying? So now you mad at me because I'm telling you that ain't it. Like, all right, well then just say I don't like. Yo, you gotta leave the store. Like, I don't have nothing for you.
Yeah, like you coming to the pizzeria looking for steak. Wrong kind of meat,
We don't
lady.
got it.
All we got here is pepperoni. So we got
That's it.
pepperoni here.
Like, I don't understand it. It frustrated me. I felt bad because, like I said, genuine sweet person deserves
I
like.
mean, but what was she asking for? Can you give me an example of one thing she was asking for that? I
Well,
mean, most of
I
your
said,
friends are in relationships.
yeah, exactly. So I don't really have much to choose from, but it even went down the path of like a religious thing. And I'm like, well, you can't like burden somebody
Oh
about
yeah,
religion.
Our Muslim friend is married.
Yeah, but look, it wasn't even. It was a religion of the kids. I'm like, how you talking about? You got a request for the religion for the kid, and you ain't going on a date yet. Like I'm
You already way too
confused.
far ahead. Way too
Like,
far
yo, you
ahead.
don't even know. Maybe they are willing, but don't go in there shooting the gun blazing. Like, that's just not.
Nah, you
I'm
gotta
I'm leaving
relax.
you before the main course come out. I'm getting paid. I'm like, yo, wrap that up when I go to the bathroom. I'm not even staying
I
for the
mean, but the
food,
hypocrisy is she gonna give him pussy before they even talk about religion.
which is crazy to me.
So you feel what I'm
Possibly
saying?
so.
Like, right.
Possibly so.
The pussy's already given to the guy. So and they want to talk about now you want to talk about what religion y'all kids gonna be. All right, let me know how that goes.
And I get it because some people you're very passionate. Like, if you're raised with a certain faith, I'm not knocking that. By all means, you should stand by your whatever. But I'm saying you gotta warm people up to that and get them there. Get them on your team first. You know what I mean? Get them on your side, and then y'all have these conversations later on. And I'm not saying you should, because a lot of people like, I don't want to waste time. Like, yo, but you're gonna ruin a whole relationship and excommunicate one great individual who's the perfect match for you because of that one thing. Then you're gonna forever be where you at.
And it's a compromise when it's two people, but it's a demand when it's just one. You playing one on none. You playing by yourself. You shooting around
But
like you
even the
can.
fact that you demanding it, I might not even. I might be okay with it, but the fact that you coming at me like that, nah, I'm good.
100%. It's a wrap. It's a no. I'm cool. Last question that I have for y'all, because we spoke about Brock and Julie soliciting advice from y'all. How about when they don't take y'all advice, but they take the single person's advice? How does that make y'all feel, or do you care at all?
I don't care. I just wait for you to pull up on me with the same situation that you've been in before.
Let me tell you what Ronnie did.
Yo, clear
Ah,
what you
you
saying
Oh,
with the Mr. Burns, like.
yeah.
like go ahead.
I would probably. It frustrates me sometimes because, like I said, y'all know me. I'm all in, and I care about my people. So if you're asking me something and I really want to help, y'all know I really am like a helpful person, and I
Right.
really wanted to. Cause part of me is curious, like, yo, I want to know how smart I am. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe I got it. Like,
Right.
maybe I'm
Right.
Dr. Love or something. Like, you know
Or
what?
Dr.
Shit.
Phil.
Either way, I'm still being somebody therapy. I'm social working, so let me see if it works. Like, that's the only part that I do get mad about because I'm like, yo, I don't even know if that advice was sound or not because you
Mm.
screwed it up. You screwed it up.
That's also true. It's like, nah, that was bars. I gave you bars, and you, damn. I wanted to see how it panned out. I mean, I get that. I get that. The moral of the story is don't be an asshole.
That is
Simple.
Not in
true.
my house.
Got, got it? Cool.
Got it.
All right. Now we're going to get to your favorite segment.
Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. What's the scenario?
Hey yo, Zoe knows this, Zoe knows that. Zoe light skin, Zoe stay black.
Yes, yes, y'all. So
For the record, I can't wait till that goes off in like our live podcast and people sing along. That's going to be crazy.
no, I really want the crowd to be like, they're gonna be confused when we have to replay it. And they're gonna be like, oh shit, like this. Is
Nah, they're going to know what time it is. They're going to know what it is.
good, good. So I can't wait till you just got me excited thinking about it. I gotta have like a. Are we gonna do like the '90s like?
Nah, we can do all that.
That'd be fire. So look, first off, y'all know me. I like to end on a good note. So I'm gonna start off with the bad and the heavy. We had another shooting in Texas, which is crazy because we just had the episode the week prior. This is getting a little bizarre, not even bizarre. It's just getting nuts, crazy, whatever word you want to use. It's inhumane, and now that people are going at kids, like I just don't understand it. Like fourth grade, I have a fourth grader. You know what I'm saying? So that shit bothered me like to the core because I'm like, yo, I don't do well with stuff like this. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to have to cope with any of that because like if something happens to my kid at school, like they can't even go to school. You killing yourself is never going to even be a cop out. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm going for your family too. Like I don't even care. So
Allegedly,
that's just how I feel.
that's they got no. You won't do that
Nah, I would, but anyway.
mentally.
Yeah. So hopefully, knock on wood, it does not happen. But it's distasteful. It's a disgrace. What's going on? Yeah, I mean, I want to give condolences to the families.
100%.
Up to like 19 kids now, or
Yeah.
or 19 and 2 teachers,
Mm-hmm.
something like that.
Yeah, 21 total.
Yeah, this is getting out of control. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It is.
And Cleveland, you
definitely
mentioned
thoughts and
there
prayers.
was a active shooter alert in your
Yeah.
area too.
Yeah, because that's like 2.5 hours away from me. And we got a alert, just like a general alert, that there was an active shooter in the area. And I mean, we didn't make the connection until later when we saw the news, and we were like, "Yo, that's crazy." But I can't even imagine what those families are going through. Not only the adults that passed, but like Zoe, to your point, having a child that's doing nothing but going to school. And it's one thing to lose a child, but to know that you lost a child in a violent way and and your child died in fear. That's like, I don't like the thought of my child being afraid is enough to make me want to, put hands on somebody. So the thought of my child dying afraid is almost unbearable. So I can't even imagine what those parents are feeling, but definitely praying for all of those families, man. Cause it's sick. It's disgusting. It's horrible. It's hard to even think about, but definitely prayers go out to that family, those families.
Yeah. So, and then we have to basketball. I'm gonna lighten up the mood a little bit. The playoffs is getting intense.
Mm-hmm.
Golden State did not complete the sweep that I thought they were going to, but
Wait, it's
I already
the
know-
Golden State Mavericks, or it's the Boston Heat?
The Boston Heat. That's what you was creating when you made your baby.
Hey,
Hey.
well, Austin Heat technically now.
Now.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think the next game, they're gonna take it, bring it home.
I felt like I have a conspiracy. I felt like they was like, let's just win it at home. Yeah, give it
I
a go.
think
Let's
so.
kill
I always
them.
have that conspiracy, yo. Even though I'm very superstitious, I do feel like that they be doing that sometimes. Like, all right, look, we just want to do it in the home crowd. That way we can go out and eat afterwards. Like,
Right.
Yeah, I mean, y'all know more than I, but I just feel like part of it is like when you got like top tier athletes on another team, the thought of getting swept is just enough to try to make you play harder. Like, you could beat me, but like, I don't want to get swept, though. I don't want to win 0 games in the
yeah,
series.
gentlemen,
You know what I
sweep
mean?
is all right. I'm all right with that. Like, we put up a little bit of a fight.
Exactly.
So, and lastly, I'm tired of hearing about this company that keep like I don't even know how they still exist. The stuff that they doing to black people, Wells Fargo. I don't know if you hear the
Bro.
latest. So
Oh, what's the latest?
the last two things. Remember, I spoke in a couple of zone notes before. Was like the mortgages and the loans and it was doing all that funny business, right? For the customers not getting funding, not getting money, or low balling their amount, appraised houses, the whole 9 yards, right? Now it says Wells Fargo allegedly held fake job interviews for minority candidates for jobs that were already promised to others.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That probably happens at a lot of companies.
Easily.
That's so crazy, yeah.
Easily.
Like,
because for those who don't know, I work in the world of diversity, and there's sometimes there's a bit of like fire lit from diversity orgs to make sure that the rest of the company is staffed with underrepresented people, whether it be LGBTQ, Black, Latinx, what have you. Sometimes the mandate is like not from my company, but like you need to interview X amount of people, like the Rooney Rule, right? In the NFL,
that
and the
definitely
same
was fake
thing.
interviews.
Yeah, so the same thing exists where like you're satisfying the quota from the organization just to say you did it, but you're not actually looking to hire these people. The same thing that happened to Brian Flores, right? And Bill Belichick spilled the beans. Shout out to Bill Belichick, but he congratulated Brian Flores
So
on
Brian
getting the
Daboll.
job. Right, and he was just looking at maybe it was Black Brian in his phone, looked at White Brian. I don't know what he was doing, but he congratulated the wrong Brian. He congratulated Black Brian when White Brian got the job, and Black Brian had an interview the next day.
He
So
didn't even get there yet.
he didn't even get there, and the role was already given. So that shit happens more often than you think.
It's unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate for those people who actually needed and wanted those jobs. Like, you've wasted my time. You've made me go through a process of interviewing when you had no intention of offering me a position. Like, you owe me money now. I feel like you owe me money at this
Yes, there's a
point.
price with that.
You owe
But
me.
just think
I've
about
wasted
this.
my time. I've made an investment.
Just think about this. This is how disrespectful it is. You had the whole interview loop with maybe 3 or 4 people who actually had a shot to get the job. I wasn't even in the real interview loop with the people who had an opportunity to be hired. You didn't even put me in the position to interview with people who were decision makers. You had the 3 or 4 whatever people. You selected from there, and then you had the fake interviews after to satisfy your quota.
You was
That's the
interviewing with the
disrespectful
male
part.
nigga.
Well, put a suit on, Jim.
It's messed up, man.
Yeah, so
Bad
that's-
news, man.
I
Bad
can't even
news.
take hearing this shit. Like, I'm just trying to figure out at what point are we gonna band together and just leave? Like, I don't know where we're going, but we need to pick an island somewhere and just start
Speaking
over.
of band bottles available now on
Oh my god. And to cap it off, I just want to let everybody know, shameless plug, go download the We Smoke app. If you want to learn and not just about smoking, we actually just created a new educational portal for the app where you can
Oh,
learn
that's dope.
different little things. And if you have a business in the cannabis industry, you can actually meet and network in that portal with like finance people, insurance people to make sure your business is well protected and developed.
two
That's
important
dope.
words. Two important words that y'all said this episode. I wanted to make sure I highlighted. Portal, very good word. Cleveland also said the word adhere earlier.
I said that.
You said adhere. You did.
That was my
word.
back to work vocab.
That was good word. Good word. All right, so keep the ball for the Serenity Prayer.
Yes, we want to ask God to grant us the serenity to accept the things that we cannot change, like the crazy people on the planet, the courage to change the things that we can, such as gun laws and lobbying, and the wisdom to know the difference between the two.
And with that being said, this is what I hope. I hope everybody has a great weekend. This has been episode 76. Stay safe out there.
Happy
And so we
Memorial
need a We Smoke drop, just so we can make sure to throw that in the soundboard. So
Day. Got you. I got you.
it's crazy. This man has a cannabis company and does a Serenity Prayer. Look at God. Look at
Hey, it's in
God.
the Bible.
Was it?
That burn
Was
that
it?
bush.
And with that said, we'll see y'all next week.